This week we take a look back at the 22nd round of matches of 10 years ago. A week that saw the end of Rijkaard's Barcelona's run of 14 wins on the trot, one shy of the record held by Real Madrid since the 1960-61 season. Once more it was Atletico Madrid who were the Catalans' bêtes noires, and the man who pulled the trigger was, of course, Fernando Torres. Earlier in the season, the Colchoneros had won 2-1 with a goal from El Niño, and this time Torres put them ahead on 33 minutes. In the second half, Atletico doubled their lead with a strike from Maxi Rodriguez. Barca without Eto'o and Ronaldinho played with Larsson up front, and the Swede got them back into the match with 20 minutes still on the clock. But Torres added to Barcelona's misery, and the 3 points were for the red and whites. Betis, just 3 points clear of the relegation places, could have done with 3 points themselves in a real game of two halves against Zaragoza. Victor Muñoz's Maños got off to a dream start, scoring 4 goals in 12 minutes. Diego Milito opened the floodgates on 10 minutes, and then Oscar, Sergio Garcia and Milito again had made it 4 by minute 22. But Dani immediately replied for Betis, staunching the hemorrhage of goals. Everything changed in the second half. Dani scored again 3 minutes after the restart, and then just after the hour he headed in from a corner for his hat-trick. But Betis couldn't add to their tally despite the fact that their host ended the game almost begging for the referee to blow the final whistle. In Santander, Celta got themselves a very special win. The Gallegos were visiting Racing, whom they'd never beaten in the Sardinero, and for a time it seemed they were not going to break their duck. But a gift from the home defence let in Jesus Pereira, who grabbed the only goal of the game with 89 minutes on the clock. It was the 500th win for Celta, and Fernando Vázquez and his side celebrated it by getting back into the European places. Matchday 22 saw a similar situation in both Malaga and San Sebastián. The Andalusians, bottom of the table, faced Athletic Club with a new face in the dugout, Manolo Hierro. The local-born manager began his reign with a vital win, which lifted the team from the Costa del Sol out of the drop zone. In San Sebastián, there was also a new man on the bench. Real Sociedad faced Mallorca with Gonzalo Arconada in the dugout, the brother of the charismatic goalkeeper Luis Miguel Arconada. Gonzalo had been managing the Real Sociedad B team for 5 years, but he was unable to bring success to the first team, and results were disappointing. The win on his debut was one of only 2 he managed whilst in charge. Scobo put the Churiurdin ahead on 12 minutes with a sharp shot on the turn, before Bisculici equalised for Betis 20 minutes later. Then 6 minutes before the final whistle, Marc Gonzalez, also making his debut having been brought to Anoeta in the winter transfer window, got on the end of a pass from Mikel Alonso to score the winner. This week we leave you with the best goal of the weekend. One of that season's most prolific strikers was David Villa, who added his 14th strike of the campaign with a goal from midfield, and Valencia crept a little closer to leaders Barcelona.